All right, whatever. Hey,
How are you?
hi, I'm
You got a
well.
filter on, or am I seeing stuff?
Oh wait, hold on, let me flip this.
I was like, she don't look real.
Yeah, yes. Okay, we in this. We
All right,
here.
cool.
That's
How
cute,
you
right?
doing?
Bam, yeah, that's cute.
Oh, you just changed the filter up real quick. See.
There you go.
Yeah. How's everything though? How you staying healthy throughout this whole quarantine?
Yes, absolutely. I'm well. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you spending your time, like at home, or if you are home, or you're essential work? I don't know
Yes.
what's going on.
I sleep a lot. I started working out today, so
Okay.
that's
Oh,
my day one.
you
That's my day one.
you just started? We
Yeah,
about a month
today.
in.
Yeah, no. I just started today because I've been
Where?
like cooking a lot, so I've been eating a lot. So now
Mm-hmm.
it's time to like try to work it out a little bit. But I'm good. My family's great. Everybody's fine.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Um, I was actually doing some research on you, so and I found say, is it true you're Capri's daughter?
Yes.
Okay, where how's that like growing up in under a legend, and how did that contribute to your music career now?
They are in the
It
room.
was
I need a
pretty.
break.
It was pretty normal. It was pretty fine. Like I didn't live like the celebrity kid lifestyle. Like I grew up
Mhm.
in Harlem. Like I went to public school and stuff like that. And he was just always dad to me. Like
Mhm.
they never instilled like, oh, your dad's a celebrity. Like my family never did that to me. So
Yeah.
I knew he was a celebrity, but I didn't really start to like understand his legacy until I got older.
Mhm.
So now I fully understand it. Now, like like oh shit, like my dad is like he's
Yeah.
not.
How did that point of view change when you started getting into music and you started understanding who he really was?
I kind of recognized like who he was and what he did like a
Mhm.
little bit before I started singing.
Mhm.
Um, hey y'all. um,
The fans are here.
then when I started singing, I got into the industry. Like it was more of like a respect thing. Like his respect level is the respect that people have for him is crazy. So
Mhm.
I get that respect in turn, and I think that's like the best thing about like just me being his daughter.
Okay. So like with shooting, like how is how have you seen things change? Like you said, it elevated you. How have you seen like the difference numbers
Um,
wise? Everything moving different.
yes, I'm very cautious now about what I say, and
Mm.
like uh because we're on TV, so anything you say that's there forever, just like social media. So yes, I'm still a normal person. This is my first time doing TV, so I really had to like just pay attention to what I say and how I do things and how I react to a lot of things.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna say it was hard, but it was definitely an adjustment that I had to
Yeah.
like get used to. And when you're on TV, you have castmates, so you have to know how to speak to everybody the way they
Yeah.
understand, like communicate properly, get through certain situations properly. And of course, that was a challenge, but I think we got through it. I think it did really well for what I
Mm.
was trying to do, which is get my name out there.
Yeah. I mean, we see how like people are portrayed
Right,
in reality television. They don't always paint you guys in a
right.
good light. So you being from hip hop royalty, do you feel
hmm
like you have to act a certain way or move a certain way, to uphold the family name
Um,
like that?
Well, my parents always instilled in me to like be myself, so I
Mm-hmm.
never felt like I had to uh, be anything other than that. I think it was just more so like just being cautious, like becoming an adult and just being aware of like, okay, I'm a brand, I'm a business, and certain things I can't partake in because of that. Like I could lose money for saying a certain kind of thing or acting a
Yeah.
certain kind of way. And it's really not that hard because I'm not a judgmental person. I'm not a rowdy person. I don't like share my opinion on just anything. So it's really not hard to do. Like I'm really just being me and just trying to enjoy my career as much as possible.
Okay. Right. That's dope. I was listening to your song Henny V.
Mhm.
Where did the inspiration for that? It was dope, by the way. I
Thank
love the
you.
song. Yeah, I really liked
um,
it. Where did the inspiration for that come from?
so like my alter ego, I guess, is
Mhm.
Henny V.
Okay.
I have to. Okay, I was saying it so much because when I drink Hennessy a lot. I don't really,
Okay.
well, not a lot. I used to,
Mm.
but I don't really drink any other liquor. Like it just doesn't like do well with me. So I only drink Hennessy. I drink it straight, like real, like
Mm.
real New York,
Yeah,
like
no, I feel
real
you. I
New
feel
York
you. I'm
girl.
the same way.
So the song, like the beat came and I was like, yo, I had the beat for like 2 weeks and I just couldn't like figure out what I wanted to do because I loved it so much. Like it was so many different directions I wanted to go in. So when I finally got the chorus, I'm like, all right, so if this is Henny V, I gotta speak a certain kind of way. So they like you get the point. Like this is the other side of me. So as soon as the song starts, it's like, oh, she talking like that. Like, okay, we get it. Like it goes directly into it. And that was the point. But throughout the song you could hear like yes, we're talking about me being being my alter ego, but there are vocals there. I'm still Vina. I'm still like all of those things. So that's definitely one of my favorite songs that we make. And it was actually supposed to go on my album, but I loved it so much. I was just like, no, like we got to release this like right now. I loved all the songs on my album, but I feel like that was like a good introduction for me. So
no, it definitely was. It definitely was
thank you.
a great introduction. But we were talking about your sound just now, and that's what I was trying to. I hate putting labels to artists and what they fall under, but how would you describe your sound? Whether I hear you were singing with the vocals, you were rapping a little bit. How would you describe your sound?
Very much R&B. If I could compare it to any person, I would say like Throwback Mary, J. Blige. Some songs I can't really like pinpoint exactly like the kind of vibe. I think even when I'm writing, I don't really think too much like, all right, like what's the style gonna be? Because I could write. I'm a songwriter too, so I could write a song and put it on let's say like a rock beat or something, sing it to a rock band and take that same song and put it on a R&B track or put it on a country track or anything like that. So I definitely don't think of like limits and boxes and like, stuff like that. But as my career goes on, I feel like I will show a lot more of my versatility. But right now we're definitely trying to get the R&B genre on lock.
Okay. Word. So who pretty much inspired you? I know you grew up around it, hence growing up hip hop with her. But who was really inspiring your music listening up? Who were you listening to?
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, you did mention that, yeah.
The whole Diddy era, like that whole era, that was the music I listened to. But I grew up on music from like 60s and up pretty much. So like, like Delphonics, Etta James, a bunch of people, just that whole like, and you could imagine like with my dad being who he is, like that's the kind of music that I heard a lot. And my mother and my grandmother, they really like instilled that in me a lot. Like that's where a lot of my singing came from. Like my grandmother, I never had vocal coaching or nothing like that. I was a dancer first, and my grandmother, when she noticed I had a voice, like she would just have me like singing all kinds of stuff, auditioning for like Lion King and like just all those different kind of things.
All right. So how did your surroundings of Harlem is so rich in culture, how did that affect your music in any way?
That's who I am. You could, no matter where I go, you could tell that I'm from New York. Like I'm from New York, and then from the way I dress, you could tell that I'm from Harlem. From the way I speak, I'm from Harlem. Like that's just my whole vibe. And it's not even like it's not a thing you try to take with you. It's just it. Like when you see somebody from Atlanta, you know they're from Atlanta. Like you just know. So I think it definitely gave me my style in the way I dress and just having that whole like I'm cool.
I'm sure when you're touring like all over the place, that's when you realize where you're from and you're a little bit different than the crowd or everybody else.
And I know I really recognize like there's no place like Harlem. Like no matter where I go, like Harlem is Harlem.
You gotta unmute her.
Where you mentioned your alter ego earlier. Does it have a name?
Yeah, Henny V.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you did say Henny V. Do you feel like you need that when as a boost of confidence or when you're performing?
No.
Good,
it was just a situation where I was always saying it. Like I was always posting it like, oh, tonight this is Henny V. Like I'm not Vina right now. So I was like, okay, if I have that, why not market that? Why not find a way to make money off of that? And that's appealing to people. Like that makes people excited. Like, oh, when she started drinking Henny, like she's lit. And it's just like, it's fun.
Yeah. We need to turn up the time. I call myself Henny Hardaway. So
we on
that same type of time.
There we go. The Henny family. There you go.
Word.
The crazy thing is I don't even really drink like I used to anymore. Like I'm not like I really be chilling, but when it's there, it's there. Huh?
Because usually something happens. Maybe you took it a little too far. One too
Oh
many shots. Was there
no,
a reason? You
I know
just
my limits. That's why I
okay.
drink Hennessy like straight, because I know how much I'm drinking. I know what it's gonna do to me if I mix it. It's like got juice in it, so you just drinking and drinking. But I know my limits. I never like black out or nothing like that. Like I don't have those moments. But nothing really happened. I don't know. I just stopped drinking like I used to.
Or no, I knew. For me, it was a specific incident, but we not gonna get into that.
All right. Hey.
They were saying your phone died. They were holding you down. They're like her phone died. Stay
Yeah, they
on.
know. They know.
Oh, what were we talking about? I think we're discussing Drip, the
Yes.
song, the single.
So
Yeah.
Drip, my producer. You know what's so funny? Like I'm not a morning person at all. You
Mm.
gotta turn it down. So I just happened to be up one morning, like 6, 7 in the morning, and my producer Dizzy Benko, shout out to him. He was like on live, like playing beats and stuff, and I heard this beat, and I was like, "Get off live and send me this beat right now."
Yeah.
And as soon as I got it, like the words just came so easy.
Mm.
And with it being like, I don't want to say the beginning of my career, but like really putting out music and stuff, like I want to make music that is catchy enough for people to easily get, and
Mm.
then lay it on them after, like do all the like melodic shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, drip, drip, he take a sip, sip. I'm like, okay, that's easy. Like people get that. And then yeah, I went in the studio and I recorded the whole song like within an hour. And like those are the songs where you know it's gonna be lit. Like those are
Yeah.
the songs that like because it just flowed so well. So when it was done, we kept it probably for like 6 months maybe. We shot the video and then I released it like 6 months later. And it was dope, so dope. I love the response. The video is like my favorite.
Mm.
So it was really a good experience.
Right. I want some of you mentioned just made me think of something too. I was thinking of Drake's song "The Tootsie Slide." Now
Mm-hmm.
he's conversation with TikTok, and then now you just mentioned you were trying to make something catchy. Something
Right.
that was catch on. Is that always in the back of your mind when you're creating?
Um, it depends. Like when you make a song, you kind of got to think of like your audience. Like, is this one of my songs for like my listening to me and they want to hear like other styles of me, or is this a song that I'm trying to get on the radio to get recognition? Like you kind of got to think like that because not every song is going to be catchy. If you're a songwriter, you're writing poetry and you're turning it into music. So it's really just about the direction where you're trying to sell it, who you're selling the song to. So that song was for that.
Okay. And so while you were going, I asked some people questions for us. I saw a couple there, so let's see what they got for you. Okay, so Stark wants to know what's your relationship status.
My relationship status?
Yeah.
You will not know. You will never know.
Okay,
You won't know. I mean, if you see me with a guy, then that's him. Because you're not just going to see me with anybody. But if you see me with a guy, that's him. If you don't see me with nobody, then it is what it is.
I mean, you hear that a lot with, especially in entertainment where, they want you to give that portrayal of being single, so you still have that appeal to your fans. Do you think about that at all?
No, that's not it for me at all. I was previously in a relationship publicly and being tied to that with everything that I do, especially if it's not a healthy relationship or this is not somebody I know I'm gonna be with. I'm not trying to be tied to that at all because people start to create a whole life for you that doesn't even exist just from them seeing you with a person. So it's like if I am gonna be seen with somebody, he got to be right. Like he got to be like somebody I'm really dealing with. Like we got to know what's going on and we got to be right.
Yeah,
so that's my thing. It's not. I don't answer to nobody. This is I'm my own brand, my own company. I'm not signed to anybody. Like I can literally do whatever I want. If I got a boyfriend and a girlfriend, I could come out and say that. But why? Yeah, like why even like go through all of that? So yeah, if you see me with him, then he exists.
Do you prefer to date another, music artist or kind of a person with
I really don't care the occupation. I don't really care what you do for a living. You just have to. Well, let me not say that. Because I don't want to be the wife of like a male stripper or a male prostitute or nothing like that. But yeah, the occupation is not really a big deal in my mind. I just treat me right. You have to be able to understand what I do for a living, and you got to be a family person, and you got to have your own, and all of those kind of things.
No fans page. That's a requirement.
Yeah, not like no.
All right, cool.
No.
All right, let me see what else we got here.
Hey Rose.
Okay, so Don wants the great one. What's your favorite perfume?
Ooh, Flower Bomb.
Flower Bomb.
Yes,
Okay,
that's my favorite perfume.
I'm not big on women's fragrances like that. So who
Yes.
who put that out? Who's that by?
I don't even know. I have no idea. Flower Bomb is like, it's like, damn.
I was about to
I
guess.
don't know.
Yeah,
It's something like
song,
Van
but...
something. But Flower Bomb, I love Vera Wang Princess. I like sweet stuff, like sweet vanilla kind of stuff. And yeah, anything Victoria's Secret. Pretty much.
Somebody here plotting on you right now, writing all this information down. Know exactly what.
Why you look nervous, girl? Calm down, honey. I am never nervous. I don't even know what nerves are.
Station. Ooh. Jasmine asks, "You come to the station when the quarantine is over?" She's referring to 105. You're based in New York, right?
Yeah, I live in Harlem.
We should have been.
Yeah, but, I recently did an interview with Self. Like a month ago? Probably like a month ago. 2 months ago. Yeah.
I'll probably see you then because I'm here when Self is here. So
yeah,
probably passed and
Yeah, Self did one with who else? I did a couple interviews at 105.
Okay, or you gotta come to the school days next. So
yeah, of course.
All right. Jasmine out here trying to promote me. You could post a party. You host parties in NYC?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, like host like going in, like I do, but not too often. Okay. It's like every now and then, just to keep it special. Because like if I'm at every club, it's like everybody's not gonna come, so it's like every now and then I'll do it.
Yeah. And you say you kind of slow down with the drinking and partying, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can still go out and have fun. I don't got to be drunk to enjoy myself. So.
Okay. All right. Somebody's shooting their shot. Can we do a collab?
Can we? Yes, we can. But my album got to come out first. Once my album come out, sometime this year. We're trying to see.
Sometime? Are you worried about dropping it during the quarantine? Like, because I'm hearing a lot of, it's like 20% down in terms of streams and,
I mean, I wasn't planning on dropping it right now. Just because I'm like, like trying to get some deals together and like just make sure the promotion is right and just like really do it right. It's my first album and I want it to come out as if I'm an already established artist. So I'm really big on the strategies and stuff like that. So it will not come out during quarantine, but during quarantine I am going to be releasing music. I'm releasing a song in 2 weeks called Oxtails, which I'm super excited for. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep dropping singles until it's time.
So you want to do like a official press run and market it correctly and all that?
Yes, I've been working on this album for 2 years now, and it deserves that.
Okay, I agree. It must be like troubling times, especially for. I mean, I'm sure you good, but in terms of some artists, troubling times for them. Are you worried about? Because I'm hearing there won't be like big social gatherings,
right?
Till like 2021. In terms of concerts and stages like that. Are you worried at all about that?
No, not really, because we have social media. So, of course, it's not it don't feel like being on stage. Being on stage is one of a kind. That feeling is one of a kind. But there's other means. Thankfully, we have social media. We can come on here. We can do concerts. If you want to charge people, you could do that. If you don't want to charge people, you don't have to. Everybody's in the house. This is the best time to release music. All people are doing are sitting home. So why not release music? But the concerts and stuff, that's kind of sad. That's kind of
sad. Right. Have you thought of anything like doing the at-home concerts specifically? I haven't seen one yet. I'm not sure exactly how they would go, like in a large scale, but you've thought of doing one?
Yeah, I thought of doing one. I definitely did. I go on live a lot. I don't really sing too much of my music. Like I sing like all the music like I grew up on, like just to show like I'm a singer. Like I'm not just making music. But a concert for myself, I feel like I would put out a lot more music. Probably like 3 more songs, 3-4 more songs, and then I would do a concert.
Okay. Or let's get back to these questions. See what they want to know. It's a good one. What's your favorite song by yourself?
Ooh.
It's a great
A
question.
favorite song by myself. I have a couple. I definitely have a couple. Stay Mad is not one of my favorites. It used to be one of my favorites. My favorite right now, I would say, is Henny V. Just because, like,
that's the one I really like, man. I'm not even gassing.
yeah, yeah, that's really my vibe right now. But there's songs on my album that like I absolutely love, but I can't be like, oh, I love this song because y'all don't know it. So, but Henny V, like for songs that's out, that's my favorite one.
Okay, so like what you just said made me think like you're relatively actually putting out music.
Yes,
okay.
Like, well, okay, I was in a group prior to being solo, so I was putting out music, but in the group. So now I'm a solo artist, and like I'm trying to get my roster up, like all the music, like just try to really get as much music out as possible. But I will say I am beyond grateful for the amount of support that I have from the world without having that much music out. So, but with what we have, I think we're doing pretty good.
I quick question based on what you just said, because I hear a lot of wild stories about groups and how they did. How was that experience for you being in a group?
Say that one more time. I didn't hear you.
How was that experience for you being in a group?
It was dope. It was dope. It was like the way it started, because it was unexpected. Like we made a song and we just put it out. Like we didn't expect it to do what it did. Like the video went viral. Everything just like went viral, and that was like the introduction to my singing career for real. Because that's where I was like doing these crazy shows and like people screaming out my words at me. Like that was absolutely insane. I think the downfall in the group, and I think at this day and age, if you're in a group, it doesn't last long. Like you, at some point, you're gonna separate. But I think what really ended it for real was the fact that we were in a relationship. So if we weren't in a relationship, I think it would have went a little bit longer. But I always knew that I would have a solo career because it was something I always wanted.
Oh, I was thinking for some reason I was thinking the girl group. So you were with a significant other.
Yes. He rapped and I was singing, and like we made some dope songs. But like mixing business and pleasure, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Careful.
I can't see that working out for too long. Harlem. And we had some questions we answered on here already. All right, this is a great one. Any collabs in the stash?
Y'all don't know. Secret collabs. Y'all will never know until it come out.
Right.
I'm not like one of those artists that be like spilling all my tea. So like, if I'm quiet, just wait on it. I promise it's worth it. I promise.
Right. If you can't tell us this, then what's your dream collab?
My dream collab, Drake, Beyonce. Those are like my two dream collabs.
You don't have any like obscure ones? Like I feel like everybody would love Drake and Beyonce, but you have anything like this person specifically, their sound is like what I'm.
Nah. Nah. The one collab I have out now is with Snoop. My first song that I released, Air. Snoop is on that one. That was sick. I never expected that in my life. And like, like my generation probably wouldn't care too much because they don't really understand Snoop's career for real, but like I do. Like I know that music. Like I was raised on that music. So for that to be my first feature I've ever had is amazing.
That's dope. Yeah. All right, let me try and get one more.
Exactly, Rose. Exactly. Yeah, Diamond.
I don't know if you worded this right, but I'm gonna finish it for him. What do you want the people to learn from your music?
Say how you feel. This world has a problem with being honest. Well, let me not say that because sometimes people are too honest. I think honest when it comes to their emotions, like how you feel about love and like things like that. And even in my album, I named my album Love Talk because that's really what it's about. It's not strictly lovey-dovey. It's about getting cheated on, being the cheater, or telling somebody you don't want to be with them because of X, Y, and Z. A lot of people, like in my experience, a lot of people just ghost people when they don't want to deal with them anymore. But like, tell them, like, express how you feel, express what's on your mind and what's in your heart. So that's definitely something I want people to learn. And I also want people to learn from my songwriting. Like, when you look at my catalog, you can talk about anything you want. You can express whatever it is you want, but you have to be artistic. You have to be something that people gravitate to. You have to make things that people want to listen to when they're going to sleep or when they first wake up in the morning. Like, it's really just about making people feel something that they haven't before. And yeah, that's my goal.
Word. All right, Vina, thank you so much, for coming on
you.
and sharing with us. Is there anything you want to, promote, Instagram?
Yes. I'm gonna give a shout out to my lawyer, Dina LaPolt. She's absolutely amazing. She's the one working out all these deals, so I can release the music y'all want and all of that. So shout out to Dina. Shout out to my two managers, Chrissy Clifford and Sherelle Johnson, who's actually my mom. Hey, mom. And yeah, just all my friends and supporters and everybody that watches all the lives, my whole entire team. And make sure you go get my singles, Air, Drip, Like It, Henny V, and Twisted, available on all platforms. And the visual to Air is on YouTube. Drip and Like It are on Worldstar and YouTube. So make sure you go check all that out. And if you're not following me, follow me.
Right. Somebody said we should get that album release party online.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
That'll be
dope.
Once again, thank you so much for coming on, and we definitely gotta do this in person when this is all over.
Absolutely.
And make sure you stay in touch, man. We could do a real, proper interview.
Stay safe, guys. Thank you so much.